All right, guys, let's get started. I want to thank everybody for making it here. Obviously, inside of this training, we're going to talk about how to add 200 more deals in 12 months using keyword hacking. Now, a lot of you guys may not have heard of keyword hacking, may not even know what it is. I just stumbled across it. This is one of the best things I've ever seen since sliced bread. Seriously, when it comes down to it. And you'll understand a little later in this video as to why I said that. But keyword hacking is something that everybody should take advantage of while they can. Guys, listen, we're only talking 15, 16 deals a month, right? So it's not like it's not like it's not available in your marketplace where you can't add 15 deals a month. Keyword hacking is going to allow you guys to do that. That's only 200 deals in a year. Guys, some people are going to do a lot more. Some people who implement may do a little bit less, right? But if you do everything that I'm getting ready to show you, you should be able to add an extra 15 deals to your bottom line every single month, guaranteed. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to talk about, obviously, is what is keyword hacking? I want to make sure you have a definition of that. I want you to make sure that you understand that. Next thing I'm going to do after that is I'm going to show you a bird's eye view on how to actually implement everything that I'm teaching you. And then there's going to be some goals that I want you guys to complete at the end of the module so that you actually get this stuff done. Because here's the deal, guys. If you don't do anything, you're not going to, this isn't going to work guaranteed, right? So you have to do something. All right. So let's discover what keyword hacking is. So, first thing I want to do is I want to give you guys the perspective. I want you to understand the perspective of the shopper. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. Now, let's say I'm a shopper. I come on to Google, I type in Chevrolet Tahoe near me. This is exactly what I'm going to see, guys. It's going to be similar for you in your market, but in my market, this is exactly what I'm seeing. So if I'm looking for a Chevrolet Tahoe, I type that in. The first thing I'm going to see, obviously, is Google vehicle ads, right? Now, I have a whole separate video. If you go into my YouTube page, I show you how to set this up, but these are extremely effective as well. And so it's listing your vehicle. It's an ad pretty much. You're going to pay for an ad for your vehicles to show up here. So you got all different types of Tahoes showing up. Right below that, you still have another ad. They got the little section there, right? And then you start dipping into your SEO. And then this is your Google 3-pack. Now, sometimes your 3-pack, I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes your 3-pack is going to show up at the top of the list just to begin with, right? For this instance, for whatever reason, it's showing a little bit lower on the rankings. And then right underneath that, you got your SEO where your website shows up organically, right? But let's be honest, guys, people are probably not going to get anywhere past this. Now that vehicle ads has came out, they're not going to get really, a lot of people are not going to get past this area or section of the page just because they can get straight to what they're looking for right here, right now. Now, if they do happen to get past, this is where they're probably going to land at right after that, right? And this is going to take up a majority of that secondary traffic as well, which is just your Google 3-pack. And they're going to pretty much just come over here. Oh, Heartland Chevrolet stays, 15 minutes away from me. They're open now. Directions. Oh, okay. They're 20. Pick up the phone, call, boom, done. And that's usually how that works. Now, what I want to tell you now for you guys to have an understanding of keyword hacking, I'm getting ready to blow your minds, right? It blew my mind when I found out what keyword hacking was. So essentially, what keyword hacking is whenever a user types in a keyword that is relative, obviously, to your dealership, and only you would know that, what that is, that user, you will automatically get their information from that user. And I'm talking about physical address, phone number, email address, first and last name. Pretty much everything that you need to get in communications with this lead without them ever having to come over to your website, without them ever having to fill out a form immediately, right? So essentially, that's what keyword hacking is. Now, just to give you guys some understanding of how powerful that is, like how you're really going to, how much volume you're going to really be tapping into. If I come over here to my keyword planner and I type in Chevrolet Tahoe near me, I'm just going to pick on Chicago today. Let's see what they're doing. Get rid of the United States. So in the Chicago area, every single month, you have a minimum of 300 people searching that in just for that keyword alone. And then they have 433 other keywords that are relative to that that are also being searched, right? So when it comes down to it, I mean, you probably can add it up and you're looking right around, I don't know, maybe 1,000, 1,500 or users that are actually typing this stuff on Google. These are hot buyers, guys. These are the people that you want to talk to. Now, I'll show you how to implement it, show you how to actually implement the conversion mechanism to actually get them to convert in the most effective way possible. So if we can get back to here. I don't know what's going on. 1 second. Okay, there we go. So we kind of went over keyword hacking. Like I said, I'm going to go into the bird's eye view so you can understand the mechanism as to how to get these people to actually convert once you do get their information. What this is going to allow you guys to do is you can stop depending on paid ads because now you don't need paid ads, right? So before, when you were on Google, you would pay for those ads to show up there. And then you have to get them to click over. And then when they click over, then you have to have a good enough website to actually convert them. Vice versa, if you were doing SEO, you have to do a lot of work. Sometimes you got to sit there for a while, month, 2 months, 3 months until you rank. Okay. Now you rank and then you still got to get people to actually click through. Then you still got to get people to actually convert on your website. This removes all of that. So if you have a bad website, you don't have to worry about it. If you don't want to pay money if you don't have the money or the budget to spend on ads, you don't have to worry about that, right? If your SEO is not the best, your local SEO, you're not showing up in the 3-pack, it wouldn't matter. Okay. So I mean, the barrier to entry on this is extremely low. So everybody should be taking advantage of this. And one of the benefits that you guys are getting, or the main advantage of this feature, is that your competition, I guarantee you they're not using it. But let me ask you, ask yourself this question. If it became mainstream where dealers were able to buy lead information from people who are searching in keywords that are relative to them, would this take fire? Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Like it'll, I mean, everybody would be doing it. They're not doing it because they're not aware of it. You guys are now becoming aware of it for the first time. Take advantage of that. So, as a matter of fact, before I move forward, I want to let you guys know there should be a link somewhere in the chat. There should be a link somewhere in the comments, wherever you're watching this, where you can actually take advantage of this by just booking a call and we'll actually run through this for your dealership specifically, pick out your keywords and everything and show you exactly how this works. So again, this is going to capture users from search queries, not conversions. That's the advantage if you don't have the best website. Now, I'm going to show you guys a bird's eye view of actually setting up the system. And so we're going to start with user, like how this actually works from the user perspective. They're going to go on to Google. They're going to type in a keyword that's relative to your dealership. Once they do that, that person is going to be identified, and then we confirm their information. And what I mean by confirming their information, there are third-party vendors and third-party data that can automatically verify. I'll give you an example. When you go to the car dealership and someone's signing up, you pull the credit, then they got the risk base, the privacy notice where they say, hey, we may or may not be selling your information, blah, 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 blah. Well, you're giving them your email address, you're giving them your phone number, right? All of this information, whether it's from a car dealership or somewhere else, is being reported. Someone's buying that information. And so we use those recent pools to actually confirm the data. And then we transfer the lead straight into your CRM, and then you guys will make contact and book an appointment. So the first thing you got to do is you have to have a target set of keywords. What are the keywords that's going to be relative to your business? You got to sit down and you got to understand that. Once you do have that, you want to partner with a web identification company. I've went across the entire internet. I haven't found anyone who can do exactly what we can do, but what they can do, what a lot of people can do now, is they can take people who do land on your website and do exactly what we're doing, where we capture their information. They just won't be able to do it from a keyword search alone. So I tell everybody, just go ahead, partner with a web identification company. Just type in web identification inside of Google. You should see some vendors pop up for that. So after you partner with them and you start to get leads coming through, we're going to skip trace that information. Again, this is just verifying everything. We're going to cross-reference and confirm it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to transfer those leads into your CRM. Now, when you're transferring those leads into your CRM, there's a tool called Leads Bridge that will allow you to take this information and take your dealer email address and just upload the information immediately. If you're doing it and you are doing it, you're not having anyone take care of it for you. This is how you would do it. And then once you get that going, you want to run targeted email campaigns to these people, very targeted. There's a very specific way of doing it, but you want to make sure you do that the correct way to where it's effective. And guys, listen, and I know I'm pressing really on being effective and being efficient, but doing something is better than doing nothing. You do not have to be perfect, but you got to do something, right? So run anything, hey, check out our website, whatever the case may be. Hey, check out our Tahoes that we have on our lot. Figure it out, guys. Just send something out to these people. And then you can add fuel to this by actually running ads. So market suffocation, meaning you now have a list that's building and building and building. You can take that entire list and suffocate them across all platforms, meaning they go on Facebook for 3 minutes. They see you. Pop on YouTube because they're looking up a tutorial to do something. They see an ad, right? Go on Amazon.com or eBay.com to buy something. They see a banner from you, right? So like this is what I mean by staying top of mind, and you can fuel this, right? If you do it the right way. So in this module, what you'll be learning is how to identify dealer keywords, how to capture contact information from searches, how to cross-reference that information and confirm that information, and then the transfer of the lead into your CRM in the most effective way. And then we're going to talk about how to actually follow up in the way that would actually get people to convert. So some of the goals that I want you guys to have, number one is I want you to at least go on to Google, find a web identification company, partner with them, and then you're going to set up a system to confirm the accurate data. We're going to also, I want you guys to also at the end of this to be able to know how to bridge that contact information to your CRM, and then how to send out effective email campaigns and run retargeting ads. So the first thing when it comes to partnering with a vendor, guys, like I said before, just go on Google, book a call, talk to them. You can kind of compare them as you go by. And then once you start to get the leads coming in, we want to confirm that accurate data. Now, I mean, you don't have to, but we found, maybe 5 to 10% of the leads we do get, sometimes there can be a different email that's more used frequently because someone can have 3 or 4 or 5 different emails, right? Which ones are the ones that they actually use frequently? So you can buy a list from a company called Axle Data. So you can just take your list that you're getting, hand it over to them. These are the people I want you to confirm. Can you do that for me? You can either use a company called Coldletics. This is what that data Axle looks like. Coldletics is COLDYLITICS.com. I believe that's how they spelled it. I could have got that wrong, but it's Coldletics. And Coldletics does a very good job doing this as well. Maybe a little cheaper. Maybe. Okay, so now once you got all of that set up and you're getting the right information, you know that you want to bridge this contact information to your CRM. Again, before I move forward, a lot of you guys may be asking, hey, listen, I understand that I can partner up with the vendor to do web identification, but Ricky, how do I do what you are saying from search inquiries? Right? That's when you guys book a call. We're going to show you exactly how we do it behind the scenes. I just wanted to throw that out there. Book a call so that we can actually get you an answer to that, because you can't find this on the internet anywhere, right? If you try to type this in, you're not going to see it. It's very cutting edge. You guys really just need to take advantage of it right away before it catches on. So again, bridging your leads to your CRM, the first thing you have to do is set up a leads bridge account. When you set up a leads bridge account, you're going to set up the actual integration, which is ADF to XML format. It's extremely simple. They actually walk through it for you. And as a matter of fact, I believe if you reach out to the support team, they'll actually set it up for you. You just tell them exactly what you want them to do. Okay. Once you have the leads coming in, this is where you start. And this is, as a matter of fact, once the leads start to, when they start coming into your CRM, this is where you want to start making contact. But most importantly, you want to be able to suffocate your market. That's so crucial. And so what we're going to talk about in this module is why market suffocation, what are pixels, what are cookies, how to effectively use the internet to stay top of mind. So a pixel is pretty much a piece of code, if you don't know by now. It's just a piece of code that allows that platform to track. Whether it's Google, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram are the same thing. Google, YouTube are the same thing. Google Analytics, YouTube, Google, they're all the same thing. Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, no matter what platform it is, they all have their own tracking code. You just take that tracking code, put it into a container called Google Tag Manager, put them all there. This is where you organize all of your codes. And then you take the code from Google Tag Manager and just put it on your website. And now it automatically updates on your site. And so now these platforms, what they're going to be able to do is say, hey, I know who that person is. Here's their profile. Now you can put your ads down their news feed. Right. And it's that simple. And when you're on multi-channels, you can have, 15, 20, 30 different touches a day. And it doesn't seem like you're suffocating them because you're not showing up in the same placement on the same platform. You're kind of frequently all over the place. And this allows you guys to stay top of mind. So essentially, you're just increasing your touch points, right? We all know 2 to 3% of business comes from the first interaction. But we know from the fifth interaction and beyond, 80% of the business is going to lie within that. And so how can we use the internet to increase our touch points? What if you get on the phone with the person and they're kind of tossing up the idea of doing something right away, or maybe holding back for a month or 2 or 3 months, right? Okay, let's say you couldn't close that call on an appointment. You still want to follow up with it, right? Or with the lead, right? Well, you can do that digitally as well. And when in most cases, what you'll see is digital is doing all of the footwork for you. It's doing the touch points at scale. And so the lead is never forgetting you, even though you haven't picked up the phone and called them. And as a matter of fact, the results in them actually picking up the phone and calling you in most cases. So again, that's it for the training. I appreciate you guys staying on this call with me. Again, book a call if you guys want to take advantage of this for your dealership. There should be a link somewhere on this page. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys on the next webinar. Take care.